Grow My Cleaning Company teaches owners of cleaning companies just like you how to grow your company, make more money, and finally take charge of your financial future and your life. This podcast is about automating and creating systems that give you time and money freedom so you can grow like crazy without losing control. Since this is totally free, if you're getting tons of value, want to support us, and make sure that you get more of the good stuff, subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast today. Now, on to the show. Hey, Cleaning Nation. Great to be back with you all again. I am so excited to talk to you today because we are going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is how to stop letting cleaners ruin your life and your cleaning company. So many times it breaks my heart to hear people going, either I can't hire good people or I hire good people and or I hire people, but I think they're good, but they're terrible and they make my life miserable and they ruin my life and my company. And that is exactly what I want to talk about with you guys. Hello, TJ, Michelle. Good to have you guys here. So again, we're going to talk about how to make sure, A, we know how to hire cleaners, and B, how to handle when we get there. Because really the two problems is we can't get anybody, right? We're out there cleaning. We've got fear that they're going to, burn the place down or piss off customers, or three, they show up, but they try to hold us hostage, right? They're firmly in charge. We let the inmates run the asylum. We've got to get out of that. Hello, Ephraim Christopher. Good to see you, my friend. All right, so let's just jump right in. The cost of this, by the way, and this is coaching and talking with hundreds and hundreds of owners of cleaning companies, is your joy and your mental health and ultimately your business. If we don't get this fixed, this is probably the number one killer of cleaning businesses. If you can't get this employee problem solved, one of two things is going to happen. One, you clean forever and you never really reach the potential that I believe got you into the business, right? The entrepreneur potential. You throw all that away and you just have a cleaning job. Two, I don't know if it's sadder or not, but the second thing is you just get burnt out. You at some point go, I don't want to clean anymore. I'm not going to clean anymore. And you quit. And so it can really, I've seen this cost probably more people their cleaning company than anything else, is that lack of confidence or ability or confidence in their ability to hire and keep the right cleaners. Good to have you, Karen and Brandy. We got a full house today. So let's just jump into the good stuff and see if we can't get you guys sorted. So, the first thing that's going to stop you is this belief that, oh man, Whitney just said 2 cleaners just quit on me yesterday. First, I'm so sorry to hear you, Whitney, or hear you say that, Whitney. Second, for the group and everyone listening, that's something I wasn't going to cover. Let's hit that real quick. People tend to quit in bunches. Not every time, but I'd say more than half the time when you're building a cleaning team, if one quits within that week or 2 weeks at the most, 2 or 3 will quit. So, hey, Butler's Cleaning, good to have you. So we got to make sure. And the problem is so many owners I talk to are surprised. And, they're like, I have a plan. I was ready and blah, 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 but I wasn't ready for 3 people to quit or 2 people to quit or 4 people to quit. And I'll ask, when's the last time somebody quit? And they'll tell me, and I'll go, how many people quit then? And oftentimes they're like 2 or 3. So we know that people are going to quit in bunches. We want to make sure, we're going to talk about systems today. We want to make sure we have systems in place that don't just hire until we're quote unquote fully staffed and then you quit, because we're never fully staffed. One of two things: either you're growing, in which case we need more staff, or you're in the cleaning business, like I believe all of you are, in which case staff are going to leave. That's just it. And the bigger the staff that you get, the more, if you have call it 5%, 10% turnover every month. Well, if you've got 20 people, that's a person or 2 every month. We got to, as you start getting bigger, you're going to need to be hiring just to keep your staff as it is. And then certainly if you're going to grow. So we certainly, and again, they don't quit like that, right? If you have that turnover, it's not like exactly one person quits every month, right? You might have nobody for a couple weeks or a couple months, and then you might have 4 or 5 quit all in the span of 1 month. So we want to have a system and instead of just complaining like, oh, that sucks. And I'm not knocking on you, Wendy, or Whitney. I'm sorry, I've been there, but we certainly want to have a plan, because we know it's going to happen. We can plan for it. So thank you for bringing that up, Whitney. As much of a bummer as that is, it's certainly not uncommon. And we also want to make sure we've got systems and processes in place so none of our cleaners can hold us hostage, right? If you guys, and feel free to put in the chat for those of you that are here live, if you've experienced this, where your cleaners can smell it on you. Once you get to that point where they know that you need them more than they need you, right? They can go find another, when I first started hiring, I was like, hey, I'm finally the boss, right? Every boss I'd ever worked for, I was like, I'm happy to have this job and I'll do whatever it takes to keep it, right? And then I realized when we're working with, minimum wage jobs or lower wage jobs, they can go get another crappy low wage job tomorrow. So they realize they don't really need you. And when you get to the point where you desperately need them, they will get away with whatever you allow them to get away with. And a lack of system and process to have new blood coming in all the time will just absolutely allow them to hold you hostage. And literally you'll have the inmates running the asylum. They'll be telling you when they're going to work, who they'll work with, what they're going to do, what they won't do. That customer's a jerk. We're not going to go back and fix that. All sorts of crazy things happen. Some negative unintended consequences from folks that when they just know that they're in charge. So we're going to solve a lot of problems that if you're just new, you won't know this, but it's going to solve the problems either way. If you're a little more experienced, you've gone through this, so we're going to solve that problem, and you'll have the confidence of I got all the employees that I want. Another magical thing about this is it's so funny. Once you've got a system that you're finally confident that people are actually going to show up and you'll have all the employees that you need, or even better, you're like, man, I've got so many good employees or so many good applicants. I'm dying to hire them. I just need places to put them to work. That is magical. I know everything I talk about is systems. This is one of the few things I just talk about magic. It is like magic. When you have talent that needs a home and you know that you can do a great job, you've got the systems and processes to attract the best talent, and you've got guys and gals on the sideline waiting to start. It is magical how jobs just come in, right? It is so funny, even with the systems and processes we teach that are excellent to attract clients, if you don't have the employees that you want, and you're afraid in the back of your mind somewhere, either you're going to have to clean or you're going to have to do a half-assed job because you're not going to be able to send enough people, magically, it's hard to get jobs, right? They just come in less. So there's this unintended benefit so the unintended consequence of not having enough people is the inmates are running the asylum. The unintended benefit of having enough people is, believe it or not, you get more work. Aside from your life just being great, because all of a sudden now, if someone makes your life miserable and painful, instead of being like, well, they're in charge, I need them. If they don't work, I got to go clean. We can just go, well, looks like we're not a fit. Best of luck. I'm going to let one of the 3 great people that I've got in line take your spot. Changes everything. So, all right, let's dive in. The first thing we've got to get over is this idea that employees can kill my company. I tried employees, or I heard someone try employees, and an employee stole, or they did a crappy job, or they didn't show up, or you did all the crap that employees are going to do. So that we pass the responsibility onto the employees and say, therefore I can't have employees, therefore I can't grow. No system or process in the world is going to overcome that mindset. I just finished a book by a guy named Jocko something. Great name though, Jocko. Military SEAL called Extreme Ownership. Great book. Love it. Extreme Ownership. And he talks about just owning every part, every phase, from the people that you work for that are above you, the people that work below you. If anything goes wrong, we are going to take responsibility for that. And when things go right, we're going to give credit to the team. And that actually, the first time I heard about that was Good to Great by, I think, Jim Collins. He talked about level 5 leadership. Leaders do that. So all that to say, as the owner, you must take extreme responsibility. If you say things like, well, I had a bad employee and then I lost all my accounts and she stole everybody, or blah, 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 blah. If you're okay with that, well, then you really should just get a job, because as an owner, we have to have extreme ownership. But how could that lady stole my customers? Well, who hired that woman? You did. Who had sloppy enough relationships with your customers that they were open to be stolen, or they didn't see the value of what you brought, right? So we always have to take extreme ownership. So the foundation of having good employees, believe it or not, is I know my goal. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to create a system that's going to get the right employees in here. And if it's this batch or that batch or the next batch or the batch after that, I don't care. I'm taking complete ownership, and I will get the results that I want. So if you're going to give up the first time an employee acts crazy, A, you probably shouldn't be in business for yourself. B, you should not be in the cleaning business, because they are going to do crazy stuff. Feel free to put in the chat, by the way, if you have a good story of one of your employees doing something crazy, throw that in the chat. We'll all commiserate together. All right. So that's the first thing we've got to get over, is the mindset of you are responsible for everything. We never blame employees for failure. It is always your failure as the owner. When things go right, you get to take all the credit. Or if you're a level 5 leader, you'll give them the credit, which is sounds painful. It's actually a lot of fun. All right. The next thing is, oh my gosh, there's another kind of tangent to that. We have this weird belief that if I would hire employees, but they'll never do it as well as I am. The reality is that if no one complains, you're not growing fast enough. And I'm not saying you can do half-ass work or be sloppy or not do a good job. But yes, if you do everything yourself, you could, I guess, first of all, you're still human, so you're still going to make mistakes. But hey, Samantha, good to have you, sister. So speaking of bad stories, Michelle says, I did have an employee, and Michelle, by the way, is kicking butt and taking names. So I know that the ending to her story is happy. I did have an employee steal from my customers. I swore I didn't have another employee ever. That was 10 years ago. Oh, God bless you, Michelle. I wish, Michelle's one of our elite family, and feel free to share in the chat if you like what's going on now. Cause I've seen so many people get taken down by that. And it breaks my heart, Michelle, that you wasted 10 years of your life getting cleaning because one idiot stole something from somebody. And feel free to share in the chat if you want the after, because it's much better. So yes, back to employees doing it as well as you do. Samantha starting hiring now. God bless you, Samantha. Stick around to the end. I'll tell you what to do next because we've got some stuff. And now Michelle's got 6 amazing employees because she's an amazing human being and she gets all the credit for that. And she's got systems in place to attract those employees. And not only does she have 6 employees, they're phenomenal. And if God forbid somebody steals something, she'll just get them out and the next one will come in. And either way, she's not going to go clean the next day. So that is a goal, Cleaning Nation, that we want to get you to. So another belief we've got to get over is this thing: the employees have to do it as well as I do. Even if, again, just do the math. I found that people cleaning on their own, depending on what part of the city they're in and how well they price, can make $3 or $4 grand kind of at the top end for themselves. And that's it. And they're cleaning personally 3 or 4 grand a month in the United States. They're cleaning, 40 hours a week, sometimes more. They're working 50, 60 hours a week on their business, doing everything. That's it. So that's kind of where you're stuck at if you are requiring employees to do as good of a job as you are. That said, once you hire 6 employees like Michelle, maybe they only do it 80% as well as you, but you can have systems and process to make things better. You can have a real company. So I would rather have a company of employees that consistently, right? We talk about this all the time. McDonald's does not have the best burger, but by golly, is it consistent? So we got to make sure that we have systems and processes in place to deliver a consistent result, not the perfect result that you think you need to do, right? So if we're going to scale, we got to get out of that mindset of, I have to do it. They have to do it exactly like me. They're not going to do it like you. You have to be okay with that. If you need everything to be perfect all the time, that's a great way to never grow, right? The easiest way to do that is only have one customer. I have no customers and I can never screw anything up. So if you're doing things right, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to piss people off. We'll talk a little bit later about core values. And if we're running our company by our core values, we have customers, employees that share those core values. We can mitigate all that stuff. I used to tell my customers all the time when I was in contracting, if you spend enough time with us, we are absolutely going to screw up and make a mistake. Guarantee it. That said, we're always going to make it right. That is something I can guarantee. So a lot of us want to guarantee we'll never screw up. We'll never make a mistake. Our employees will never do anything crazy. It's a terrible guarantee. You can't keep it. The only guarantee you can keep is we are going to do the right thing anytime something goes wrong. We're going to stand by you and make sure that you're better than whole. Brandy says, I'm burnt. My first employee goes out on her own next week, and I'm excited to hire my next employee. Fantastic. So proud of you, Brandy. Butler says, we're always felt our cleaners could never clean as well as us. They probably can't. You just have to be okay with that. All right, so moving on. And I love and everyone always yells at me to stop talking to people in the chat, but some of the best ideas and things that I remember, like, I want to talk about that, come from the guys and gals in the chat. So keep jumping in on the chat, guys. Let me know what you love, what you hate, and you'll probably remind us of some stuff we want to share with everybody that's listening to this broadcast, not live. All right, so the next thing, and a lot of this you'll notice is mindset first, tactics second. So first and foremost, we've got to take extreme ownership and know that employees can't kill our company. You're the only one that can kill your company. Employees can't make your company successful. Only you can do that. Next, we have to get over the employees have to be perfect and do it like I do. They don't. If you're going to scale, sometimes stuff's going to go wrong. You just have to make it right. Heather says it took her years to get that. They're not her, but she taught them well. She stands on her work and fix any oopses. That's exactly the right attitude we've got to go. Butler's got 4 employees, but it took time. Good for you, Butler's Cleaning. All right. The next one is we got to get away from this employees being a necessary evil, right? I have to, or for most of us, if we're honest, the concept of employees are a necessary evil, all the time and effort we put in, but of the employees we have, 1 or 2 are necessary evil. They're like, we need them. If they quit, it's going to be a mess. But they drive me nuts. And then we have a couple that we love, or we cycle, and for months we'll have people we love, and the months they're going to be a necessary evil. We got to get off of that and move to employees bring you real joy, right? Where you actually enjoy doing life with these people and sharing your business. And the way that we do that is we attract employees based on core values, not on money. If people are just there for a paycheck, someone offers them an extra nickel an hour, they're gone. They're out of there, right? They're just money for hire. And someone will, right? I promise you, all of you guys, I shouldn't say all of you, 92% of you Your people could all go get a job making more money tomorrow. So it's not about the money. You certainly have to pay them fair. It's about a core values match. You want to share the important things, the things that you believe deeply. You want to make sure you attract the people that believe that deeply. We can't change people, right? I'm about having fun, making money, being real, and helping out. And that really tends to attract like-minded people. And amazing humans like Michelle, that's been part of our community, or is a part of our community, she believes those things. So we can kind of just really pump each other up. But if she thought having fun at work was stupid and I wasn't professional enough, I don't have the time or energy to try and convince her otherwise, and she's going to hate me. Same with employees, right? So we don't want to try and find just any employee and bend them to our will or bend them to match our values. We want to make sure that we attract the people right off the bat to have the values. So Samantha says, I was worried I won't have enough work for employees, but can't take on much more work without employees. We cover that. I can't dive into that too deep now, but we cover that in our system. The overreaching theme is we have systems that are always attracting customers and always attracting employees, always, as opposed to, oh my gosh, I need customers. I'm going to run over here and try and get customers. Crap, I got a bunch of customers. I got to get people to do the work. I'm going to forget all the client attraction stuff and go to the employee attraction stuff. So it's going back and forth will kill you. We need to have systems going all the time. Butler says they need employees. Michelle says, since the clean profit method, my employees have more ownership. I'm out of the field. They get to make decisions and feel more valued and important. God bless you, Michelle. This is the same woman that said 10 years ago someone stole from her and she said she'd never have an employee again. And the thing that makes me the happiest, Michelle, is that you're out of the field. But more than that, I believe from what I know about you, and again, she's a clean profit method graduate, so I know her pretty well, is I know she's building a culture and the people that she attracts actually bring her joy, just like what we're talking about, as opposed to making her crazy, which is super fun. Okay, the next thing is we tell ourselves all these stories about things we need to do before we hire. I need a super thick operations manual. I need to have all my systems and processes in place. Bull crap. First of all, with your thick operations manual, they're not going to read it anyway. Okay, so even if they did, they're not going to memorize the whole daggum thing. And Michelle says, this is the same person that told me I couldn't get out of the field. And just for all of you guys out there that are where Michelle was probably, 3 months ago now, I know you feel overwhelmed and scared and have these weird beliefs of, I tried hiring, I can't hire, people won't work, you don't understand my area, I don't have enough money. I know it seems overwhelming for you guys, but I promise for us, that's a Tuesday. That's just what we deal with. It's not that big of a deal. Growingcleaningcompany.com has got all the tools and resources to help you get out of that. And I'm so proud of you, Michelle. I was going to yell at her because I wanted to interview her on her Facebook Live, and she said she's too shy. So instead, she just comments all the time on the. So she's like turning this into an interview. I will have her on. So Cleaning Nation, shout out that you want to hear Michelle's story, and maybe the peer pressure will get her going. Okay, so we don't need a thick operations manual. They're not going to read it anyway. If they did read it, they're certainly not going to memorize it and know on when this thing goes wrong, go to page 419, section 3. They're just not going to do it, right? Again, core values to the rescue. For us, my operations manual is have fun, make money, be real, and help out. And any employee can make any decision they want as long as they can tell me honestly how they felt it was having fun, making money, being real, and helping out. So that is that's what we need. We don't make yourself these excuses of I have to have this or that or the other in place before I can hire. The reality is you can't steer a parked car, right? So hire a payroll service. We don't want to get sideways on that. And a lot of people go, oh, the money, I get so scared. I don't know how to do payroll, 941s or 940. Yeah, me neither. I don't know how to do that crap. ADP does. For a couple $100 a month, they can do your payroll. So you don't need a big thing like that. Just get clear on your core values, hire a payroll service, and get this thing going. Last thing we're going to talk about, and then we'll move on, is you don't need to spend hours sifting through hundreds of applicants. So many of you guys and gals have had Natalie just posted a link to Extreme Ownership, which is a great book. But post a link to my book as well. I'm a freaking genius. Why is this business so hard? It's on Amazon. Post that link because as much as I love Jocko and Leaf and their great stories of war, my book's awesome if you actually are looking to grow a cleaning company. Just put that on there, Grow My Cleaning Company, or I'm a freaking genius. Why is this business so hard? Throw that link up if you would. Lovely bride of mine. All right. So the last thing we've got to get over, which will kill you from hiring, is I've got to spend I got hundreds of applicants and I went through the first 31 and Alexa says, I need that book. Go get it. You'll love it. So you get all these applicants and you get through, 20 or 30 and you get overwhelmed and you spend all this time trying to call them and set up interviews and go back and forth and play phone tag. And then half of them don't show up and it's a waste of your time. And the ones that do show up, half of them right off the bat, they suck. And it's so painful. We'll post those links. Everyone's like, we're going to buy this book. All right, Natalie, people want the book. Hook us up. Put the link up. I if you just, there it is. Natalie put the link, but if you just Google I'm a freaking genius. Why is this business so hard? It'll come up. DJ loves the book. Thanks, brother. All right. So we got to, again, that will burn you out. What happens when we don't have a good system, or the system is just you sifting through applicants and doing a bunch of interviews one-on-one. You're so welcome, Heather. It'll make you crazy. And just like we talked about you cleaning all the time, is eventually going to burn you out and take you out of business. If you don't have a good system to hire your folks and it just takes 10, 20 hours a week and it's just like all in, we're in emergency mode. All I'm going to do is just go through applications. It's just and interviews and talk to a bunch of people. It sucks. And what's going to happen is you're going to get burnt out and then you'll not hire. So it's really important that we have systems and processes in place that sift and sort the people through you, automated processes, get everything set up. And you should spend, or actually some of you and your team, whoever you want to be, no more than 3 to 6 hours a week, depending on how many people you need to have all the employees that you need. If you're spending more than that, your system's broken. We need to upgrade your system, not upgrade the amount of time that you spend. So if we get these beliefs in place that we're talking about on today's broadcast, you get the systems in place, to back you up, so you're always hiring and it only takes 3 to 6 hours, then we're cooking with fire. And that's what we teach in the Clean Profit Method. So, and then again, the last thing is, don't feel like you've got to be perfect before you get this thing going. That is, couldn't be true. Couldn't be less true. All right. The reality is the benefits of, once you get this right, just like Michelle's talking about, I can't explain to you the joy and the fun and the freedom of being on vacation and having your pay not change one iota. It is freaking amazing. So if that is what you were looking for, where you can get out of cleaning forever, have a real business where your employees do the work, you run the business, you get paid whether you clean or not, or you get paid more when you don't clean, go to growmycleaningcompany.com. We've got a ton of tools out there. You can go, the best tool we've got right now is for immediacy is the free on-demand training. You can go sign up right now, get in, doesn't cost anything. It's on demand. It's the best, I think 40, 50 minutes I've got of all the stuff that we need, the big processes, the big 5 shifts that you need. The best stuff I've got after doing hundreds and hundreds of broadcasts like this. I spent hours and hours distilling it down. So go to growmycleaningcompany.com and you can get into that free. Butler's Cleaning, I don't understand what you're saying. How is the interview in your book? Don't know what that means. First car dealership interview in your book. Have no clue what Butler's Cleaning is saying. It's bumming me out because I want to help you out, brother, but I'm confused. Email support at growmycleaningcompany.com with your question. We'll hook you up. All right, so go to growmycleaningcompany.com. Check out all the resources. Natalie put that link in there. She put the link to our book, To Extreme Ownership. If you are serious about getting out of cleaning forever and starting to actually hire a team that makes you happy and do it in a systematized way that doesn't take over your life, that you have good people that you trust to go out, not perfect people that never make a mistake, but people that you trust and enjoy, go to growmycleaningcompany.com, sign up for the on-demand training. At the end, you'll have the opportunity to get with me and do a breakthrough session. We can really walk through how to put this together in your business, and I would be honored and happy to walk you through that. So growmycleaningcompany.com is where you get started. You guys are amazing human beings. Can't wait to see you next week. Talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you're fired up, ready to grow, and want to see if you have what it takes to work with us at Grow My Cleaning Company, here's what I want you to do right now. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. That's growmycleaningcompany.com/talk to book an appointment to speak with me personally. I'm going to jump on the phone with you to get you crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to be, and how to get you there. Don't walk around in the dark any longer. If you are serious about growing your cleaning company, it's time to finally get the systems in place that you need to grow. We've helped hundreds of owners of cleaning companies not only grow their business and their personal freedom, but give back to their community as well. If that's what you're looking for, head over to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk and book a time to talk with me personally. I can't wait to get to know you and your business.